electricity is huge, water is huge. I know for a fact that also helps with energy savings, right? Because you're now not pushing the air handler as hard as it needs to cool the whole house. So somebody that already has maybe a Tesla or a Rivian or some sort of electric car, they can move in here and be able to take advantage of all the things that you guys already have built into the house, right?
That's correct.
I don't think people truly understand how valuable that is.
Well, it's not just saving that.
Okay.
But somebody who's in a lower price bracket that has gotten pre-approved for a loan would qualify for more here because they don't have the same bills they would have at another builder.
Right.
So the debt to income ratio is going to help. It adjusts here.
Oh, wow. So you can afford more home here.
Absolutely.
Rather than somewhere else.
Yes. Orlando's one of the first divisions in the United States to reach this point. And we're doing stuff that nobody else is doing. So we're growing in leaps and bounds starting this year.
I know for a fact what's coming down the pipeline is a huge focus on the way that you're living, the choices you're making, what you're putting in your body, the environment that you have. To be healthy is to show up every day for yourself and choose the healthy right?
Yep.
Like that's what you gotta do. And I think people are gonna start really looking for things that are gonna cater to that. Because once it's in the zeitgeist, once we understand it, once we see it, we can't really unsee it.
People really need to ask more questions when they go to these builders to see really if they're comparing apples to apples.
Yeah.
They're really not.
Welcome back to Expert Insights. My name is Edelio Sanchez, your host, and I'm really excited today because I have the incredible Terry Adams with me. Terry, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. I'm really excited to talk to you today because I recently learned so much about what you guys are doing here in Clermont. I want everybody that watches this to just not only get tangible things from this, but somebody out there knows somebody, either it's them or they know somebody else who's looking for this specific community and this specific builder and the things that you guys are doing here. So tell me a little bit of what are the things that you guys are doing and what's making homes stand out from the rest.
We're a small boutique community. It's mostly an estate community of only 44 homes. 34 of the 44 homes have no rear neighbors. Oh, wow. So for people that want to be near a city, but want to have a feeling of luxury, they can do that here. So we have lot sizes. We're not the typical 50 by 110 lots. Our lots are 70 feet wide, 130 deep, 20 feet between the neighbors.
Wow, that's a lot of space.
It's a lot of space. Yeah. You're not reaching out and handing a cup of sugar to your neighbor.
Right, and that's a big problem that we hear a lot, right? Is, hey, I don't want to be on top of each other. I don't want to be in a place that's cookie cutter and that's, this and that. Like I want my own individuality, my own expression, my own space. So people can get that here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing is they have beautiful views here. So Clermont's known for its rolling hills. We've got them in here. As I said, 34 of the lots have no rear neighbors. They're either going to back up to a vineyard because we have Lake Ridge Winery right next door to us. Yeah. So they can drive over there and teeter-totter back.
That's awesome.
And then we have two different lakes that are not connected that they can back up to either one of those lakes.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just this model home, just looking out that way, the view is incredible. Yeah. Some of the other ones that you guys have already built, man, it's just, people have to be here to experience what this is like, right? In terms of sustainability, because yesterday we talked about sustainability and the things that you guys are doing, right? The certifications that you guys are going through, the links that you guys are going to make sure that the product that you're building is not only beautiful and aesthetically pleasing and it fits somebody's narrative of what the life they want to live, but the quality and the choice of materials, the things that you guys are doing is completely unheard of. So what are some of the things that you guys are doing with the structure of the house to stand out?
The biggest thing people need to know is we've won the Energy Star Partner of the Year Award 10 times. 9 of it was the last 9 years consecutively. Nobody can touch us. We made a promise to the Environmental Protection Agency that by 2025, we were going to be energy ready and the house is green.
Yeah.
Everything in the house is green. your toilets, your showers, your sinks, in the walls, in the attic. Everything is going to meet green standards, including your appliances.
I love that. So you could say that somebody that's looking to leave as little, footprint on this earth, they can move into a home that's zero energy ready and not contribute to this, CO2 emissions.
Correct.
Right? So somebody that already has maybe a Tesla or a Rivian or some sort of electric car, they can move in here and be able to take advantage of all the things that you guys already have built into the house, right?
That's correct. So Orlando is one of the first divisions in the United States to reach this point. We are 100% right now. All of our homes are built solar ready.
Okay.
And in this community, any homes that we're building moving forward, everybody gets a basic solar package of 7 panels that comes with the house. They're not going to lease it. They're going to own it. It's already covered in the cost of the price of the home.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. So, and you mentioned electric cars. Every home comes with an EV charge, a 220 volt in the garage.
Amazing.
We do code today for attic insulation is R30, which equals 9.5 inches. We are R60. We give you 22 inches of insulation in the attic.
Wow.
But we don't stop there. So all the builders do 2x4s in the walls. We do 2x6. The reason we do 2x6 is we're blowing in a foam insulation into the walls.
Wow.
So, and most builders don't put anything in the walls.
That's true.
And people think they do. So they don't. People really need to ask more questions when they go to these builders to see really if they're comparing apples to apples.
Yeah.
They're really not.
Yeah. As soon as I stepped in, the air feels different, right? The vibe of the place is a little bit different. You don't have these like cold or hot spots that you find in other places. Correct. Because you guys have a very unique air vent system, right?
Correct.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
So yes, we have our air conditioning system, but attached to it is a Brown fresh air system.
Okay.
So people who have asthma, people who have allergies, they're really going to flourish in one of our homes because what it does is it's twice filtered air. They bring in the air from the outside, goes through the Brown system, then it goes through the AC system, twice filtered. They are literally breathing in fresh air.
Wow.
So people that have allergies, people that have asthma, the toxins removed, the allergens, the pollen is removed before it even, it's removed before it enters the house.
Amazing.
So they're going to breathe better, sleep better in one of our homes.
So those are going to be like the affected, right? But I mean, we all breathe anyway. It's like we should be taking care of our health to the point where like, even when we step into the house, right? Like we don't have all these different chemicals out there. Like, people like candles and scents and all these things. There's a huge thing about forever chemicals now, right? Like PFAS, the whole like microplastics in the air. Candles do that. The little Glade plugins will do that. Even I got deep into a rabbit hole about this stuff, so I'm like fresh into it. But apparently, cologne does that too. Oh, cologne will have in its actual particles microplastics that help it carry the scent and help it keep it longer. And once you spray that on like your lymph nodes, it sucks up all these microplastics. I'm telling you, if you go down a rabbit hole in TikTok or Reddit, isn't that crazy? Yeah. So I think a home like this, with a system like this, can really prevent things, respiratory issues or any sort of lung issues down the road, because what you're doing is you're exposing yourself all the time to different things outside the home. But you're also spending the most time inside your home, right? Correct. So if you're spending your time inside of home like this, you're not contributing to all the inflammation, all the other stuff that's out there, which is amazing. I love that. So we all breathe. I think everybody should have a Brown system in their house. It's just me.
And the other thing is, most systems have these vents that the air come out of. Yeah. And it's directed towards one point in the room. So if you're sitting in front of the vent, you're like, trying to avoid getting blown over. Yeah. But the rest of the room really isn't getting the air.
Right.
You're hoping it's going to spread through the room.
Yeah.
So you'll have rooms that have hot spots, cold spots, or you'll have a room that's a hotter room than the rest of the house, or a colder room than the rest of the house.
Yeah.
What we do is we put these vents in.
Mm-hmm.
They look like stereo speakers. They're round, and there's multiple ones in the room.
Yeah.
But the vent is a 360-degree vent to spread out through the room. So you're not getting that hot and cold waves in the room.
That's amazing. I love that you guys have, this is engineering. Like this is, this is legitimate engineering to a level where you understand how particulates work, right? Like if you have a draft of air, the air is going to have to follow the laws of thermodynamics. It's going to be cold here, and then it's going to warm up as it gets to the other side of the room. That's why sometimes a side of a room has a hot spot, because it never reaches their cold.
Correct.
So the fact that you guys have done this, not only is it going to make everything even, right? And it feels and it sounds different, but I think it also, I know for a fact that also helps with energy savings, right? Because you're now not pushing the air handler as hard as it needs to cool the whole house.
Yeah.
It's going a little bit more eco-friendly, right?
Correct. So in terms of like dollars, you know, you're sitting in a house that's over 3,000 square feet right now.
Yeah.
The way we construct our homes, average house bills on a 3,000 square foot home could be anywhere from $300 to $600 a month. Our average electric bill on a 3,000 square foot home is $100 a month. And that's before we put the solar panels on.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the government, the EPA, has a rating system for homes. It's called a HERS score, Home Energy Rating System. And every house has one, but not everybody divulges what their ratings are.
Right.
So homes that are built that are not tested in today's code start at a 100. To be energy efficient, they have to be a 70 or lower to be deemed an energy efficient house.
Right.
We test every home we build, so people aren't guessing, well, did my house get tested? No, every one of our homes are certified, and our homes have an average score of 42.
Oh, wow.
The lower the number,
the better.
The more efficient your home is running.
Right.
That means that if your home got a 42, you're saving 58% per month on your electric bill compared to if you build that same style home with another builder.
Right, because they don't have all these energy efficient things in place to make it so.
Correct.
Amazing.
And that's before we add the solar to it.
Right.
So
and these are things that people don't often think about, right? Like the cost of electricity, the cost of insurance. Obviously, it's important, but when you factor it over time, right? You're going to live in this house for at least 7 to 10 years.
Hopefully.
Right? So at least. And when it comes to a place where you're looking at your continuous spending, electricity is huge. Water is huge. You guys have done things in this house that are making it so that people can save so much money over the length of period that they're going to be here, that I don't think people truly understand how valuable that is.
Well, it's not just saving that.
Okay.
So yes, that is the bonus. That's fabulous. But somebody who's in a lower price bracket that has gotten pre-approved for a loan would qualify for more here because they don't have the same bills they would have at another builder.
Right.
So the debt to income ratio is going to help. It adjusts here.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So you can afford more home here.
Absolutely.
Rather than somewhere else.
Yes.
That's another huge plus.
Yeah, it's great with the times we're in now and how expensive homes are.
Yeah.
That's a big factor.
Huge factor.
And when I say this, our homes, when you look at other builders that have this size homes, our homes are right in their price range. So it's not like they're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars more to have what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're just giving them a product that's going to be a better product for them, more sustainable, and save them money over the cost of time.
I love that. That's amazing. So if somebody got pre-approved for $500,000 somewhere else, they can probably afford a lot more here.
Absolutely.
Because they got to pre-approve based on their debt to income ratio of the things that would pay on that side, right?
Correct.
Like the electricity, the insurance, whatever.
The bills, all the bills are lower.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, I love that. What else are some of the things, like some of the cool bells and whistles that you guys are providing? Because I know you guys are allowing people to adjust certain things in the home, right? Like you guys aren't custom, right?
Right.
But you guys don't do the same thing that everybody else does. You guys do have some leeway on some stuff. Can you talk about some of that?
The first one is mortgage choice. We have 3 lenders. We do not own our own loan company, but the buyer would go online and apply with these lenders that we have chosen. Why did we choose them? Because they have a 90% or higher approval rating. So when they call them, they know they're getting somebody really, really good.
Yeah.
And for the cost of using one of those 3, we're going to give them money towards their closing costs or to buy down whatever they want to use that money for.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is when they call these 3 people, because we have nothing to do with them, they can really pit them against each other to get lower interest rates, to get lower closing costs, and really sit and compare.
Right.
So that's the first one, is the mortgage choice.
I love that you guys do that, because as a realtor myself, the amount of deals that I have had to salvage because of a loan officer is frankly saddening.
That's scary.
Right? So I have my mortgage guy, Will, love you, Will, for Magic Mortgage that I was talking about. He has saved so many deals just because another loan officer couldn't do it.
Oh, really?
Right? Like that's a huge portion of his business. So the fact that you guys are going to the length of like making sure that the people that you're partnering up with are proper, good, experienced, knowledgeable mortgage loan officers is incredible.
They really cover a lot of different product lines out there.
Yeah.
And each one might have their own specialty.
Yeah.
We never say, you should use this one or that one. They can call up, make their own choice. And, a lot of times you'll call a lender and your personality just clicks better with one than the other, so they feel comfortable. And it's their choice.
That's amazing.
So that's the first one. The second one is our choice plans. So this allows the buyer to have some flexibility in the house. We're not going to move walls.
Yeah.
But the 2 big areas that people get wrapped up in is the kitchen and the primary bathroom.
Right.
So they have choices in both of those with all of our floor plans to pick choice A or choice B, meaning in the kitchen, for instance, we're sitting at the kitchen island.
Yeah.
This big, long, extended island is a choice. And somebody might have their own table and say, I don't want this. So we make a modification to the island. But either way, it's the buyer's choice at no additional charge.
I love that.
In the bathroom, in the primary, some people, everybody takes showers, but some people want to have a tub. Some think it's a dust collector.
Yeah.
Again, that's the buyer's choice at no additional charge. So if we didn't do the tub, they might get an extended island, 2 vanities connected instead of 2 separate vanities with extra set of cabinets in there. And that compensates for the
space,
for the tub. Yeah.
I love that.
And there's no charge for that.
That's amazing.
So, yeah.
I like that you guys are doing it, because just like you said, there's so many builders that will have like a plan, or they worked to make sure that their community looks and constructs a certain way. And they really don't want to deviate from that, which
absolutely.
Yeah, which makes it a little restrictive for a buyer, if a buyer has an idea of what they already want. So I like that you guys do that. So you guys are giving people choices with the mortgage. You guys are giving people choices with the building. And you said there's a third one too, right?
And that's our surprising performance.
Okay.
So surprising performance is what I was talking about before with the energy efficiency. So that's part of our package that we do that the other builders do not do.
Right.
With the, for instance, the R60 in the attic, doing the Brown fresh air system. This is all part of our surprising performance to give people a healthier lifestyle and living in our home.
I really enjoy that. I'm so glad that you guys do this stuff, because obviously moving forward with this administration, there's a huge focus on health, right? With Bobby Kennedy. He's in charge of all these different things that are going to be coming down the pipeline, this year and the next 4. And I think that people are they've been for a while really wising up to the idea of like health is an activity, right? To be healthy is to show up every day for yourself and choose the healthy shit, right? Yep. Like that's what you got to do. So when it comes to that, I know for a fact what's coming down the pipeline is a huge focus on the way that you're living, the choices you're making, what you're putting in your body, the environment that you have, even the lighting that you guys have here. It's like recessed LED lighting that you guys can modulate. Those are all things that are super, super impressive. And I think people are going to start really looking for things that are going to cater to that. Because once it's in the zeitgeist, once we understand it, once we see it, we can't really unsee it, right? So
it's true.
When somebody shows you like, hey, you've been doing, you go to the doctor's office and they tell you like, what have you been doing? This is crazy. Yeah. That's when you go like, I've been avoiding a lot of stuff. I got to make some changes. So when it comes to a house, I think we need healthier houses. We need more sustainable houses. And we also need something that's quality, right? Like I show a lot of houses all the time. When it comes to quality, I can tell when a builder has put in effort behind the details, behind the things that are important, the things that last in a house. And when I walk this house, obviously you guys have a whole bunch of stuff that you guys are packing into the house with the R60, with the brown filter, with the ready, electricity ready house. But when you look at like details, the details here are very, obviously, you know, it's a model home, but I've seen it on the other ones. I've seen all the other inventory homes that you guys are making, and they're just, the details are there. The details have been taken care of and focused on. So I like that you guys are doing a lot of that stuff, and I think a lot of people out there are going to be able to really benefit from what you guys are doing. It's exciting.
It's kind of interesting. Every builder out there has a model home to look at, and every model home is stunning, beautiful. People walk in, they start drooling over what they see, but that's not the home they're going to get.
Right.
And, I always tell people walk in and they focus on what they see, not what they don't see. We focus on what you don't see. So it's not what you see in front of the walls. With us, it's what's behind the walls. Yeah. That's what separates us from the other builders. And it's huge. Yeah,
it's enormous. People don't really know about that. That's why I'm excited to talk to you, because we need to bring awareness to this. Yeah. This is incredible what you guys are doing. You guys are also doing something with the exterior paint, right? Like the exterior paint that you guys put on the house, it's a specific Sherwin-Williams paint.
Yeah, it's a Luxon paint. And it's kind of like, it has like a plastic, not plastic, like an acrylic feel to it, look to it, because the purpose of it is to for the water to bead off that, so it doesn't soak.
It's water repellent. Which is huge here in Florida because it rains 70% of the year.
That's true.
So that's true. When another community that's brand new gets to year 4 or 5, that's when you start to see like all the houses need a new coat of paint, right?
Not even. It's 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 nowadays. Yeah. Right.
So really bad.
It's not good. No. So the fact that you guys are making that choice, again, it's more savings down the line for somebody that's actually purchased. You're buying the thing the way that you want it. But once it gets to the place where like the elements are going to start beating on it, that's where the kinks in the armor start to show, right? I think that you guys have made such a good armor with the outside and the inside of this house that's the testament. This is a house that lasts. This is a house that not only lasts, but it takes care of you. Yeah. That's amazing.
And then we're still putting beautiful things in the house. A lot of the features we put in the house are standard with us and cost money with other builders.
They're upgrades somewhere else. Yeah.
All our first level homes or 2-story home, the first floor, everybody gets 8-foot doors throughout the home on the first floor. And then the baseboards are all 5 1/4-inch baseboards. Most builders do 6-foot 8-inch doors, and then they do 3 1/8-inch baseboards. But the ones I just gave you, that's standard. Yeah. 42-inch cabinets in the kitchen, that's standard. Yeah. So we do some beautiful, beautiful things in the house as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, obviously with all the B-roll that the people are watching right now, they're obviously seeing how beautifully staged it is. But the actual choices, with the hardware, with the backsplash, obviously the layout, the choice of stone, everything is so perfectly manicured that somebody that looks at this house just from an aesthetic perspective alone, they're already going to be in love.
Yeah.
And then they find out, oh, my house is a transformer of a house. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah. I love it.
It's so cool. Anything else that you want to kind of share with everybody that's watching this, so that they understand a little bit more of like what the future looks like and what you guys are doing here?
So we, in the past year, have done a lot of great land positions in Central Florida. We're making a huge comeback from where we've been and where we're going in the future.
Yeah.
And we're doing stuff that nobody else is doing. So we're growing in leaps and bounds starting this year. I'd love for your buyers to come in here.
Yeah.
I got 41. We just opened, but I got 41 more gorgeous lots for people to come in and purchase here. Like I said, this is for somebody who wants to be near the city.
Yeah.
But want to have that country feeling. And we have everything around us. We're even near the Olympic Training Center. So there's some good stuff out here. Really good.
Clermont is really, obviously it's a beautiful town, but the stuff that's coming down the pipeline for Clermont is so super exciting.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Exactly what you said, the Olympic Training Center, there's a lot of health-focused people that either already live here or they're coming here because we have hills. You could bike these hills and really get some PRs in. And if you were trying to be a triathlete, like ain't no better place than Clermont, Florida.
That's it.
There's people that come from France because you cannot bike year round in France because it's frosted. But here you can do it.
Can't go by this year though.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that come and they come here specifically to train because we have the elevation, because we kind of stand out from the rest of Florida. But I think that's a huge thing, that the health conscious individual, the millennial that's really trying to do their part, somebody that's really trying to move away from old practices and foster new ones, that's a worthwhile investment for me to go into.
100%.
Yeah, that's amazing, Terry. Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, our contact information is going to be in the description down below.